Welcome back to BK Nothing But Nets podcast. I'm joined with my partner in crime. My partner is always Dylan over at Nets Press. The Nets have lost 7 and 8. They dropped the Phoenix yesterday. They made it competitive for a while. It's a good showing. You can see they're not good enough to actually win these games. First, give me your reaction. Give me your thoughts on yesterday's game as a whole.
Yeah, I mean it was tough to watch for the most part, especially when a guy like Dylan Brooks is fisting your team. That's never fun to watch. But
Excellent
um,
offensive player, yes.
yeah, I mean, but listen, it's these are the things that we have to go through to get to where we need to be. So I can't complain. Um, I have always been on the side, especially since getting the picks back, of needing to lose these games. So this isn't something that I wasn't expecting, but Mike struggled from three yesterday and kept the game relatively close for the most part. If he knocks down two or three more of those threes, you're talking about a different game. So, Traore looked very solid for the most part. He started off the first half 3 of 3 from the field, 100% from the free throw line as well. Efficiency-wise, slow down at the end. Drake Powell had a really solid game. Defensively, he actually had a bit of a rough time, but offensively, he looked good. So, overall, can't complain too much.
I wanted to talk about a couple of things. You touched on a lot there. First, let's start with Michael Porter Jr. because I do want to spend some time on Michael Porter Jr. We'll start with that. A couple shots just didn't go down. A couple shots, rimmed out. Right? They just weren't falling for him.
Yeah.
When they're not falling for him, the Nets are going to struggle, man. Like they really are going to struggle. Like it's rough. He obviously is the engine of this. He is the offense, right? I mean, you can see it when Michael Porter Jr. doesn't play. We're 0-8. When Michael Porter Jr. his shots not falling, that it wasn't even that bad. It was 10 for 23, which is to say an on fire, efficient day for Cam Thomas. But like when it's not falling for him, the Nets have literally nothing. I mean, it's tough to watch.
Yeah. No, it's really tough to watch. But I mean, listen, like I said, the goal here is a top 4 pick this year. You land a top 4 pick, and you're in a really good spot long term. So, my hope is still Peterson or DeBansta. But at the end of the day, you land a Boozer or a Wilson, then you're still in a really good spot long term. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting, especially with Butler now tearing his ACL. What happens with Mike? I know that we wanted to get into that, but I'll let you start it up.
Well, let's start with Michael Porter Jr. because I do want to get to Clowney and Drake Powell and Wolf because they all played well yesterday, and the youth movement looked pretty good. Yes, I did want to get in on that. Zaire Williams was a plus 12 yesterday, believe it or not, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, he had a really good game.
Yeah, he did. But let's start with Michael Porter Jr. Jimmy Butler is gone for the season. He might be gone. I mean, he's old. I don't know. That's a hell of an injury to have. How old is Jimmy Butler? 36.
Yeah, he'll be 37 once he returns.
I mean, if he returns, right? Like that's a major injury to come back from. I mean, he may try to come back. I doubt he'll ever be the same. But Golden State's obviously on a very tight window here. I don't even think they're really competing anymore. Like I think they're competing to be good enough, which is a horrible place to be. But what are you going to do, right? Like Steph doesn't want to be part of a loser, so you're going to have to try the best you can to win.
Yeah.
What is the Jimmy Butler injury mean for the Golden State and potentially Michael Porter Jr.?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be really rough for him moving forward. They don't have any help. They have no trust in Kuminga, and Kuminga clearly wants out. He's already demanded a trade. Buddy Hield hasn't really been working out for him. Podziemski is one of the most overhyped young players in the league. I don't know what they saw in him and thought that he would be something special. He's just pretty mediocre. They don't have any help. So it'll be interesting to see how they navigate through the trade deadline. I mean, listen, there's a world where if they're serious about wanting to win with Steph, they can go out and get Michael Porter Jr. and Trey Murphy in the same deal. Like there are some things that I've looked at recently where they can make it work. It just comes down to if the organization feels, making a move will actually benefit them. As of right now, they don't want to take back on any contracts. They actually can't because they're a second apron team. But moving on from Jimmy Butler is going to be the only way to navigate through that financial restriction. So, I mean, I've looked at a couple of trades. I can propose them if you'd like, just so this way.
Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah. So let me ask this question first, because if I'm Golden State, I'm saying this is my opportunity to blow it up, right? Jimmy Butler's gone for the season. Sorry, guys. Tried. Jimmy Butler's gone for the season. It's time to blow this up. We're not really competing anyway.
Yeah.
Any chance Golden State does that, or like they just owe it to Steph? They can't. They can't do that.
I mean, I think the right thing to do as an organization is give him the best opportunity to win. I would be interested in moving on for him, but I don't know if Steph would be. Um, like you've got years of history there. He's never been on another team, and I know from his point of view that he's always said that he wants to stay in Golden State. So I don't know. I mean, if the time comes to where they feel that he needs to be moved to help him out, I think they would do it. Like a team like Orlando makes a lot of sense. A team like maybe I mean, it's crazy to say, but like if Houston figured out a way to do it, that would make a lot of sense. I really think the team that makes the most sense, surprisingly, is Charlotte. Being from there, his dad playing there, maybe go end your career and try and get Charlotte into the playoffs and make a little push. But I don't know. I mean, there's certainly going to be teams who want Steph Curry on their roster. So
Yeah, his dad just got his number retired. His dad's also the color commentator for the Hornets, so it's
yeah,
obvious he's well connected there in Charlotte.
Leaf
All
is
right, let's.
telling us to let him in. You want us to give us 5 minutes,
All right,
Leaf? We'll throw a link
yeah.
in there in a couple minutes.
I did want to get. I got all these hypothetical trades. First, like, what is a trade that I'm going to give you Sean Marks' hat. You get his job for the day. What is a trade that with Golden State? It can be a three-way. It can be whatever. What's a trade for you that puts Michael Porter Jr. to Golden State? Like, what's a trade you're willing to accept?
I'm looking at Fanspo right now. I know you guys can't see my screen, but realistically, I mean, let me work it. So you've got Jimmy Butler heading to Brooklyn. He's out for the season. You can try and flip him in the off season. Michael Porter Jr. unfortunately would be heading to Golden State in this deal. Trey Murphy would be heading to Golden State in this deal. You'd have Jonathan Kuminga heading to New Orleans, or no, I'm sorry. You would have Jonathan Kuminga heading to Brooklyn in this deal. Nick Claxton heading to New Orleans, and then Sadiq Bey heading to Golden State, and Yves Missy, the Pelicans' young center, heading to Brooklyn. Um, let's see. Financially, Brooklyn actually has to give up a little bit in that deal. Golden State's got a little bit of cap there, so we'll send Haywood Highsmith also to Golden State. So if that is how it works, let's see, you'd have Nick Claxton heading to New Orleans. Maybe Golden State looks to move on from Buddy Hield in that deal and send him to New Orleans as well, which we can do that right now. Um, Overall, let's see. So yeah, Nick Claxton and Buddy Hield to New Orleans, Michael Porter Jr. and Trey Murphy, Sadiq Bey and Haywood Highsmith to Golden State, Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, and Yves Missy to Brooklyn. Brooklyn would be taking on $10.5 million in cap space. Golden State would be freeing up $10.5 million in cap space, and New Orleans would be taking on $100,000 in cap. So financially, it works. Picks would have to be determined from there. I think if Brooklyn is taking on Jimmy Butler and Kuminga, while also giving up Michael Porter Jr., I think that the Nets would get the 2026 Warriors pick as well as the 2032 Warriors pick. I'm not sure if they'd have to add a protection to that or not. And then I also think that the Pelicans would be getting the 2028 Warriors pick. So two
So I'm
first
getting
round
two
picks.
picks and Kaminga.
Two picks, Kuminga and Missy. Yeah.
That's a pretty good value. I mean, like you're bailing Golden State out with that trade, right? Like you really are. Like you're giving
Yeah.
them $10 million of wiggle room and cap space. I imagine you're getting them under the second apron.
If they're clearing up 10.7 million, they'd be 1.1 over the first apron. So they could, make an additional move. Say they want to move on from Moses Moody, maybe they can do a separate deal for a guy like Ayo Dezuma. They'd still have the 2031 first round swap if they want to go all in. So there's a way to do it if they would, but I'm sure they'd figure out a way to get under the first apron. Realistically, having Trey Murphy under contract for 4 years, Michael Porter Jr. for a year and a half, you'd have Sadiq Bey on a 2-year deal, Haywood Highsmith expiring. They'd be able to work around that. Like that's not completely out of the realm, but being able to save that much in cap space and still being able to move off of Moses Moody or Pozemski, maybe packaging them both together to see what they can get out of it. Maybe they can get a Kobe White out of it. Who knows?
Does Golden State, is that something Golden State entertains? I mean, I think so, but I don't know what their thought is. I don't know what their plan is. Is that something Golden State entertains, or is that too much for Golden State?
I mean, realistically, I think the only person here that doesn't entertain it is New Orleans. I still think that they're going to seek 2 first-round picks at a minimum for Trey Murphy, which means, does Golden State have to give up that 2031 first round pick swap to them also. So they'd be giving up 4 total first round picks in this deal. Like, if they're ready to go all in for Steph and try and win with him, then yeah, I could see it happening. Maybe even being able to grab Kevon Looney back from New Orleans. Like, they would have the cap space to do so in this deal. So if I add him in here, they'd still be freeing up 2.7 million. So this is what the total deal would look like. Jimmy Butler, Kuminga, Missy, 2026 unprotected from Golden State, and a 2032 unprotected from Golden State. Michael Porter Jr., Trey Murphy, Kevon Looney, Sadiq Bey, and Haywood Highsmith to Golden State. New Orleans would get Nick Claxton, Buddy Hield, a 2028 unprotected first from Golden State, as well as a 2031 swap. Like, that to me is very doable.
So give me Golden State's starting lineup if we hypothetically made that trade. So it's Steph, Murphy.
It would probably be Steph at the 1, Podziemski at the 2, Murphy at the 3, Porter Jr. at the 4, Draymond Green at the 5. If I had to take a guess.
I mean, but that's what they do. Like, we laugh at Draymond not the 5, but that's what Golden State does. Like, they like.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically, their bench as of right now, if they were to keep the team intact without making any additional moves, you would have Podziemski, DeAnthony Melton, Moses Moody, Al Horford, Gary Payton, Tracy Jackson Davis, Will Richard, Gio Santos. Like, they'd still have solid depth, as well as Haywood Highsmith and Sadiq Bey in that scenario. So, I mean, I don't think it's very unrealistic to see a total of 10 players get traded in one deal. But say there was a hypothetical to where that did happen, you'd have to assume they move on from Moody and somebody else potentially to make another upgrade. So it would be interesting to see how they work around that. The problem is if they were to make this deal, they would have no more tradable first-round picks outside of their 2027 and 2029 swaps. So they would not be able to offer up any other unprotected or protected firsts.
But it is what it is. Like, you want to get out of hell. This gets you out of hell. Like, Golden State, in my opinion, is in a really bad spot. Jimmy Butler, we can forget about him. There's no Jimmy Butler next year. Next year, Steph's a year older. Like, we can forget.
I mean, I forgot about Jimmy Butler 3 years ago. I think he's one of the most overrated players in basketball. I'm sorry to say it, but unless if you're on the Miami Heat, you're not getting any of that dark magic. Like, Jimmy Butler has not historically been a great player, especially in the regular season. So to me, it doesn't even matter if he's hurt or not for Golden State. He really wasn't making an impact. They're not a good team right now.
Right. Now this trade, I know the trade sounds crazy, but they're gonna have to do something drastic. Like, they have to. Like, look at what you have right now, right? So, yeah, if I'm the Nets, I make this. I guess I don't want to give up Porter, but to entertain this, if I'm gonna trade Porter, I guess this is the deal that I would do it for. Golden State is getting 2 all-star players. One, an all-star in Porter and an all-star-ish type player in Murphy. Like, yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. That helps you. Porter and Murphy are great players that you can have for your next chapter, whatever the post-Steph chapter, hypothetically. I don't know how much longer Steph's going to play. So Golden State has to do it, and it gets you out of cap hell. It gets you under the second apron, almost under the first apron. So yeah, you have to do it. I know you're losing all your draft capital, but what do you get? Like, you're in hell right. You're not in a good spot right now if you're Golden State. Like, that was not well managed. And I still, even after all of that, because your center is Draymond Green, I still don't think you're competing. I don't. Like, how are you really competing against Houston or Oklahoma City with Draymond Green as your 5? Like, how are you actually going to match up with them in a 7-game series?
Yeah, you're not.
All right. Let me. Are there any other trades? Or is that the?
I mean, that was like the big one that I was looking into. Realistically, if you're looking to go a different route, maybe Golden State isn't looking to give up that much in terms of draft capital. Maybe you throw in Sacramento, replace Trey Murphy with DeMar DeRozan, where Golden State still gets Michael Porter Jr. So let's see, Mike to Golden State, DeMar to Golden State. You would have probably Jonathan Kuminga heading to Sacramento, Jimmy Butler heading to Brooklyn, and then maybe, I mean, I feel like they wouldn't take Nick Claxton in Sacramento. I don't think there's a need for that at the moment. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, right now, as the deal sits, everything works out except for Brooklyn, who has to clear 5.9 million. I mean, honestly, it's a perfect fit in terms of the financials because Cam Thomas is making that. But you could go Jimmy Butler to Brooklyn, Michael Porter Jr. and DeRozan to Golden State, and then Kuminga and Cam Thomas to Sacramento. It works out perfectly for the finances. Um, I think that in that case, you would have Golden State giving up their 2026 to Brooklyn and the 2031 swap to Brooklyn, and then Sacramento would probably throw in a couple of seconds for Cam Thomas, maybe 2 or 3. So 2 first-round picks from Golden State plus 2 to 3 second-round picks from Golden State.
We got a special guest here, Dylan. We got Leaf here.
Leaf
wanted in. Yeah. Texas is running the Brooklyn Nets podcast. What up, Leaf? How you been, my man?
I'm doing. I'm seeing what is about to be one of the biggest misses in the next 6 to 7 years. It's crazy because I'm the only person that knows it, and everybody else is just believing in it because all of a something. It only took one stupid deal from the Tangerines to turn the Nets organization into the hopeful. That's all it took. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to me. Dylan, do you go to church at all?
I do not. No.
Well, you don't start now because not even nobody up in the sky is gonna help us. And I need people to understand that there's three processes.
Why is it that bad? Why is it that bad?
It's that bad because
for us.
I'm gonna tell you why it's that bad for us because what I'm seeing right now. And just in turn, like not even just there's 3 processes to grooming draft picks and young players. You can't just draft them; you got to go out and develop them too. And our track record in terms of development is not that great. Jordy's track record and anybody on our coaching staff's track record in terms of developing rookies is not that great, and developing young players is not that great.
Well, let me interrupt here for a second. How can you say that when Jordy's been in Sacramento and Denver, he's helped develop players like Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Domantas Sabonis?
He didn't help with that.
How not? How so?
He didn't help with that. But like he came in as they were like the thing is they already had what they had. MPJ, we all knew MPJ without that back injury, he's a top 3 pick. Jamal Murray was a lottery pick of his own. So now what we're banking on is us bringing young players here in a city where we're probably going to have a roster full of 19-year-olds, and we're looking for the Knicks to just eat up all the media attention, and then we're going to have all of these young players. We're going to have all of these young top 10 picks and whatever, and remind you that there's a whole bunch of teams in the East that had top 10 picks over the years. And not to really sibble the podcast, but I gotta ask ourselves not just our history, because I like to remind you of some history of our own. It's called the Keith Van Horn syndrome, and I just named it that, man. I dubbed it that because Keith Van Horn in his first 3 years with the Nets, he was averaging 20 and 8. Every year after that, he didn't even come close to that.
So I'm going to interrupt you here for a second again. Jordy Fernandez joined the Denver Nuggets coaching staff in 2016.
The year that they got Jamal Murray, I know.
Yep. So he's helped develop Jamal Murray. He's helped develop Michael Porter Jr. The year that he went to Sacramento was in 2022. That just so happens to be the same year that Domantas Sabonis was traded to Sacramento. So he's helped develop Domantas Sabonis as well. So we can't say that he doesn't have a track record of developing younger players or players that join his team. Domantas Sabonis, when he was in Indiana, was not an all-star caliber player. He went to Sacramento and became a star caliber player. Jamal Murray entered the league and was a solid player. He's now a star caliber player. Same thing with Michael Porter Jr. Entered the league with a bunch of injuries, but was developed into a third option contending role player. Now in Brooklyn under Jordy Fernandez, he is a star. So I don't think that you can really say that Jordy Fernandez has never helped to develop the player. You're looking at Nolan Traore, who's taking steps in the right direction at the NBA level now compared to his first games or even his summer league games. You're looking at Drake Powell take steps in the right direction prior to his summer league games and his G League games. Yegor Zhomon, though a bit inconsistent at times on the offensive end, is developed a three-point shot that he didn't have prior to this. That was his biggest concern. So, I mean, we really can't say that he hasn't developed players. He's had
So
one full year. He hasn't even had a full year to truly develop a rookie. But even so, on his prior jobs, he's developed players into star caliber players.
well, what I will say to that, first off, Sabonis was an All-Star twice in Indiana, by the way. That's more
An
times than
all-star?
it. Yes, I'm looking at it right now. I
All
can send you a
right.
link. I'm looking at it right
Probably,
now.
it's easy to look up. I didn't know. I've
I
been
mean,
looking.
I
like,
didn't even know he was an all-star in Indiana.
yeah, it's crazy that you looked up the Denver shit, but somehow missed the Indiana shit. But that's
All I
no
did is
point.
look at when the players were drafted and when Jordy coached them. That's all.
Well, when Jordy was on the coaching staff, now when Jordy is actually coaching them as the leader of that coaching staff, shit looks a whole lot different. When
But
you're
again, how
actually,
so? He's been a
the,
coach with rookies for 4 months.
yeah, he's been the coach for rookies for 4 months, and a young player last year in Noah Clowney. So my thing is
Who's
that
taken steps in the right direction, who's averaging career highs as well.
has he? I mean,
I mean, if you compare the stats between the years, yes, he has 100% taken a leap in the right direction.
he's taking leaps in the right direction, but it's not leaps that we could be proud of. I mean, like, come on,
Why
bro.
not?
Like,
He went from 9.1 points last year to 13.2 this year, right? He went from 35.8% from the field last year to 38.9 this year. The three-point percentage is slightly down, but his two-point percentage is 10% up.
I mean,
I mean,
that's
he's averaging
that's
one more
cool,
assist per
but
game. He's averaging 0.2 more rebounds per game.
that's cool. But
Those
if
are all
you're a net,
improvements.
but if you're a Nets fan, that's not saying much, bro.
Yeah, but
Like, I
Noah
mean,
Clowney was drafted in the early 20s. This isn't a
so
guy that you're
what?
expecting to
I
be a
mean,
star.
I see that drafted in the early 20s shit don't work anymore, but because the thing is how deep these drafts are, bro, you could at least tell what type of players is making like astronomical improvements to their game, bro. That's not astronomical. This shit is running at the speed of a turtle, bro, and and let's admit that a lot of us don't really like it, bro. Like we okay with it, bro, because this is the plan all of a something because the Tangerines decided to drop five number one picks and first round picks in our lap. That's what this all stemmed from. That if it wasn't for the dumbass goddamn Tangerines, we wouldn't be talking about this goofy shit, and we wouldn't
Correct. We'd
be
be talking about being a borderline play-in team, probably not even a play-in team with no draft capital. What's
great.
better?
I mean, listen, Kenny Atkinson seemed to make it work, bro. Like, I mean, like, come on.
And look where that led to. Nothing.
I,
We still
I
have no
mean, it was
championship
about
in the hardware. We
it.
still have
It
no
was
Eastern
it was
Conference
it
championship.
was
We still
about to
haven't made an
lead to
Eastern Conference.
something. It was about to lead to something until Kevin Durant and Kyrie just decided to just.
If you truly believe D'Angelo Russell, after that one historical season, was going to continue on pace and be an all-star, in which he proved he couldn't be in Golden State or Minnesota,
Hang on.
then that's
Yo,
absurd
look
to
at
think.
that next year with Golden State. He got even better. He did. He
Exactly.
didn't make the All-Star
Did he?
team, but he got even better. Yeah,
He
he
did.
across
Did
the
he?
board.
He
He ended up
did.
getting traded.
He ended up getting traded because the politics of the league, bro.
No,
Like
it's
we gotta
because he
understand.
wasn't helping impact the game of winning in Golden State. He's an individual player, hence why he's never been
That,
able to find a real
that's
team.
because Golden State did well. We got to remind ourselves Steph did get injured for the season in Game 3, and then COVID came around and then changed the whole world, bro. Everybody got Thanos snap, bro. So like that doesn't really. I don't think we
Everything
could really.
sounds like excuses to me right now because it seems like the
I
guy
mean,
has
it
never been able to
happened
find a
though,
home
bro.
since
Like
leaving
you can
Brooklyn.
say excuses, but the reality is he played his best basketball as a Brooklyn Nets. So like my thing is with that system with Kenny Atkinson
So what you
joining
just said is
along.
that D'Lo had his best season under Kenny Atkinson with his 1 year in Brooklyn. Correct? That's what you're saying.
I mean, numbers don't lie, man.
Correct, which is why Michael Porter Jr. is having the best season of his career under Jordy Fernandez in his 1 year in Brooklyn. So again, how
Right.
can we come back and say that he doesn't develop guys?
Well, the thing is that's not really development. That's just more
Jesus
shots.
Christ. you just said that one guy who had a career year in Brooklyn in his one season under a specific coach was developed and turned into a star, but we can't give the same praise to the other guy who's putting up better statistical numbers on better efficiencies and is making more of an impact.
I never used the word developed with Kenny Atkinson, bro. Like in terms of Jared Allen and Karis LeVert, that's who he developed. In terms of D'Lo always had that. He just needed the minutes and the shots.
That's
Same
what
as
the coach that gives you
MPJ.
that scheme though. That's what development is. You have to be given a system that's going to work around you, that's going to allow you to excel. That's development. That's how that works.
I suppose, but at the same time, bro, I really don't see that in a lot of the players that we've drafted so far, and I don't think I'm gonna see that
So has
in
Nick
the
Claxton
future.
not developed under Jordy Fernandez in his last
I
year and a
mean,
half?
he has, but he's gonna be gone soon, so it's not gonna matter.
But point being is that's another player that's developed under Jordy, correct?
Correct. What? Yeah, that's fine, but what we're trying to develop
So
is
far that's five
somebody.
players that I've mentioned that have so far developed under him in at least the last 4 months. Yegor came into the league without a three. Now he can shoot the shit out of the three. Drake Powell came into the league barely able to play
And
offense, and he's now starting to improve as an offensive player. Nolan Torreira came into the league not NBA ready. He's now getting NBA minutes and looks very solid. Michael Porter Jr. came to Brooklyn as a non-star caliber
we're
player.
not
He's
looking
now an
for
all-star caliber
solid, bro.
player.
We're looking for the number
Not
one.
every player is going to be the number one. You can't expect
Well,
to
then
draft
we
a number
wasting our
one at
time.
19, at 22, at 26, at 27. You can't expect that. That's what this year's for. You're hoping to get that top 4 pick so you can land one of these 4 first caliber option caliber prospects. Like you can't just say, "Oh, we're picking at this pick here. I'm expecting this player to become a superstar and my number one option." That's not how drafting works. You have to build a team and then get the guy, whether it's through the draft or through the trade market.
I suppose, man. But listen, when it all blows up, I'll be here. I will be here, bro, to tell
Why is
y'all
it
that.
all blowing up though, Leaf? Like right now, and I'm pretty.
I was gonna say it was
pessimistic.
blown up. I'm not sure how you can blow it up more. This is
Yeah.
the rebuild. You can't blow up a rebuild. It's
He's
impossible
like-
to do
he's
that.
like-
No. I'm talking about the overall idea of it, bro. Like when the overall idea backfires, and we realize that we're not as good as development as other teams and other franchises, bro. Like everybody's gonna see what I've been talking about the entire time.
So Nolan
This is
Schreier doesn't have the ability to be your sixth man or your backup point guard.
so we drafting 6 men now. That's what we're doing.
That's kind of what happens when you don't pick the number 1 or number 2 prospect.
I
You're
mean,
drafting role players.
I like you.
So Drake
I'm
Powell
seeing.
doesn't have
I'm
the
seeing.
ability to be a top
You know
tier
what's.
3
You know what's
guy at
crazy
3.
about
Drake
what you're
Powell's a
saying?
starter in the NBA. Drake Powell is already better than Bridges. I said what I said.
Like Drake Powell has the ability to be a top tier 3 and D player
Did we
in this
take
league.
Powell with the Knicks pick, or was that whose pick was that?
That was with the
that was-
Atlanta pick.
That was the Atlanta pick. All right, proceed. He's
Point
already-
Yeah.
being is you've already got 2 guys who have proven to be NBA players. You have Yegor, who has shown flashes to be a real viable top 4 option on your team. That's kind of what happens when you don't select the top 1 or 2 prospect. So this is the year
Listen,
now that you're hoping for.
that's fine, but at the same time, bro, we seen non-number 1 prospects turn into stars.
But we
We've
can't
seen that
expect
all
that.
over the league.
That's not an expectation. That's a
Well,
hope.
bro, okay, it's starting to turn into the norm to me because your top 5 players, bro, like outside of maybe Ant-Man, is like little outside of Ant-Man and Wemby is literally turning into
Cade Cunningham,
top players.
Paolo Banchero.
Paolo Banchero, you really mentioned him, and when I said Wemby and Ant-Man,
Yeah,
Is
number 1
Paolo
overall pick,
Banchero
who is
one of
still
the
an
best
all-star
players in the
caliber
league?
player.
Yeah,
But-
he's
but
having
Paolo-
one of the best players
But
in the
he's
league.
yeah,
one of
he's
the
still,
Paolo
best.
ain't on the
still a top
level-
20 player in
is
the league.
Paolo on the level of Giannis? Is Paolo on the level of Jalen Brunson? Is Paolo on the level of Joker? Is Paolo on the level of SGA? These are guys that hasn't been picked top
Okay.
10.
Hang
Excuse
on,
me.
You're
hang
talking,
on, hang
you're
on,
talking
hang on,
about
hang
one
on,
player
hang on.
every 5 years.
Is
Jalen
he on
Brunson
the level
was a
of
sixth man in
Jalen
Dallas.
Brunson? Yes. Is he on the level of Joker or Joker or Giannis? No, he's right below those. He's a tier below
Jalen
those.
Brunson has been a number 1 option, bro, for the last 3 years. Hello?
And he came into the league as a non-first, second, third, or fourth option player. So point is, Cade Cunningham, top 5 pick. He's over in Detroit. Jalen Brown, top 5 pick over in
Shout
Boston.
out Terrell.
Scotty
Exactly.
Barnes, top 5 pick over in Toronto. Brandon Ingram, top 5 pick over in Toronto. Donovan Mitchell, not a top 5 pick. But you have Darius Garland, who was in the top 10. You've got Evan Mobley, who was top 5. You've got Tyrese Maxey, who wasn't in the top 10. I'm naming you more players in the top 5 who are all-star caliber players than guys who are not.
How
Paolo
many of them
Banchero,
dudes
top 5.
how many of them dudes that you name are top 15 players in the league right now?
Top 15 players, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brown, You can make an argument for Scotty Barnes, but I don't believe so.
No,
Evan
you cannot
Mobley
make
just
an
won
argument for
Defensive Player of
Scotty
the
Barnes
Year.
at all. Next.
Evan Mobley just won Defensive Player of the Year.
He's not
Doesn't
top
matter.
15. Next.
Doesn't matter. One Defensive Player of the Year. Orlando, Paolo Banchero.
So did Triple J. Next.
And he was the top defender in the league. He's a viable top 3 option.
A viable top
you're
3
talking about
option
number
on
one-
his team.
You're talking about number 1 overall players, like first caliber option players. There's maybe 7 of those in the league. SGA, Anthony Edwards. You've got Cade Cunningham. I'm not putting Jalen Brunson as a viable first option player. He's 6'1" at the guard position and still can't win with a super
And
team.
putting up 29 and 7 on
Good
any
for
given
him,
night.
and they're 2-9 in their last 11, and he can't fucking win.
Listen,
No 6'1" guard
They
can
beat,
win a
hang
championship.
on, Joe. Let me push back on. They beat Boston last year, a team that won a championship. They beat them. You can say
Yeah.
what you want.
A depleted Boston team where
a
Kristaps
depleted
Porzingis was dealing
Boston
with,
team.
where Kristaps Porzingis was dealing with AIDS.
Depleted?
And Jason Tatum blew his
They was
Achilles.
depleted?
Congratulations.
They was
you won the
depleted.
World
That,
Series.
bro, hold up. I don't like to listen. I don't like to give Knicks credit for shit, bro. But let's be honest.
Let's
That
be
Boston
honest.
Celtics team
Was
averaged
not better than the year prior. They had
They
no
probably
depth.
wasn't, but they were
Hang
still
on,
better
no
than the
depth.
Knicks.
We
They was
no.
up 18 in the fourth quarter in 2 straight games at
How so?
home.
Wait, hold on a second. This is the same person who was complaining last year that Mikal Bridges' defensive game-winning steal wasn't so important. What's this switch up?
That was me. That was me. I argued that.
Yeah, that wasn't me. I don't know.
Point
Yeah.
being is that you have a super team in New York with 4 caliber players who are all very
Super
good.
team.
That's a super team when you have 4 high-end players. Yes, super.
High end. What you mean? What you mean?
OG
High
Anunoby,
paid?
top-tier defensive player in the league.
He ain't that no more. But go ahead.
That's what you think.
That's what I
results
know.
show differently. See, but here's the thing, though. Now you're saying that these players are bad, yet they beat Boston. So which one is it? Are they good or are they bad?
I never said the Knicks was good. What I'm trying to say is Boston still was formidable enough and better enough to beat the Knicks. And the Knicks and they
So
did
both
not
teams
do it.
suck, is what you're saying.
Listen, the Knicks
No,
suck more
they
than
don't.
them.
That's the thing. We got to stop with the fucking
And I
wannabe
didn't
Knicks
even
hate.
I
It's
didn't
not a
even bother to
rivalry.
mention.
They
Hold
were
up,
a
how
good team last
how could
year,
I forget
but
about
Boston
Tyrese?
was depleted. They had
How,
no depth.
how could no? They was not depleted. Stop that. They
Porzingis
had.
wasn't there. They didn't have a Hugo Gonzalez or anybody out there. on the
Porzingis
bench.
was barely there
Who
when
did
they
they
won the
have on the
finals.
bench?
He only played 2 games.
Who did they have on the bench? But point being is he played those 2 games and they
They
won those
had
2 games and they won a
Cornette and
championship.
Hauser and Pritchard. What are we talking about?
So 3 players. Okay, so they had 3 players next to
They
Jalen
was
Brown,
those are the
Jason
same
Tatum,
3
Drew
players
Holiday,
that
and
they
Derrick
ran
White.
a
That's 7
rotation,
players
bro,
on a roster.
when they won the
7
title.
players on
Dylan,
a roster.
please.
They had 7 players on a roster, is what you're telling me.
Bruh, how many teams have won championships with 7 or 8 man rotations? Please,
Not
what
many.
are we
It's
talking
usually
about?
9. Not many.
Listen.
It's usually 9.
Well, I call bullshit because the thing is,
point
bro,
being
like
is we can call bullshit all we want. You still haven't said how many viable first option caliber superstars are in this league. Kevin
I-
Durant is no longer a first
No,
option.
I
caliber
gave
superstar.
you,
LeBron James is not.
Hang on, guys.
I
There's
gave you
maybe
plenty
7.
of those.
Let me
I
push
gave
back
you
on
plenty
that.
of those, bro. How could I forget about Tyrese Halliburton?
Hang on.
He wasn't
on.
a
Tyrese
top 10
Halliburton
pick.
isn't a viable first overall
Hang on, guys.
option
Hang on.
player.
Shit, he sure looked like one last year.
Guys.
And notice how they suck now. One player doesn't make a team. Tyrese Halliburton is not going to come back next year and save the Indiana Pacers from dog shit. They are so far away from being serious.
You know
Let
what's
me address
crazy,
this.
bro? When
Let
he
me
got
address
injured,
this.
bro, like they plummeted, bro. But when
Let me
Everybody
address
has
this.
miracle
let me,
runs.
let me, guys. Maxey, Brunson, and Donovan Mitchell are first option scorers. They are.
They're
I mean,
first
you may
option
not-
scorers,
you
but they're
might
not
not
viable
think-
first options in terms of superstar caliber, impactful players.
They're superstars. They're superstars.
You can
Especially,
they are
especially
all
Spider and
they are
Brunson.
all stars.
they are all stars.
And
I guess
superstar is a loose term that is given to way too many people. There is not that many superstars.
I guess
How do you
Halliburton
define
is
that?
just the all star then.
He is. He's just an
I'm
all-star.
sure. Like you could just frontline your team to the finals and be on the brink of winning it all against one of the best regular season
Trae
teams
Young brought
ever.
his team to the Eastern Conference Finals with one of the worst rosters in basketball. Was the first team to come out of the play-in and make it to an Eastern Conference Finals. What would you consider Trae Young?
Well, that's
Thank you.
First,
So next question.
First off, that's a lie. He was in 5th seed during that year. By the way, Just to let you know.
They were a 5th seed that year. Are you sure?
Yeah, they were 5th seed that
They
year.
were.
Yes,
It
they
was
were.
a 4-5 series. It was a 4-5 series.
It was a 4-5 series when they played the Knicks. So don't lie. So let's do our homework. The thing about Tyrese Halliburton last year, bro, like if you don't want to say he's a superstar, shit, the damn near like you see playoff series after playoff series where they going to him at late in the games. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, what are we seeing that we are not? What are we not seeing? You seeing 30, 10, and 10 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then you seeing him put up the fight of his life against arguably one of the most hacking ass teams in NBA history in OKC. And then for him to blow his Achilles, bro, and then they fall apart completely. I'm like, okay, this is not a top 10 pick. That's somehow on the brink of the NBA Finals, but he ain't a star though.
You
Okay,
don't go from the NBA Finals to the worst team in basketball because of one player. It's not possible.
well
That
they
team
did lose
sucks.
Miles Turner too, but my bad. Excuse me.
Yes, they did.
All right, let me bring this back. Let me steer this back to the topic, which is Michael Porter Jr. Leaf, we talked about the Michael Porter Jr. trade. What are your thoughts on trading Michael Porter Jr., the three-way deal, the three-team deal with New Orleans that Dylan proposed? What are your thoughts on that, and what do you want to see happen with Michael Porter Jr. at the deadline?
I like any deal. I'm be honest with you, bro. I retweeted almost every deal that included the Warriors, bro, because I seen 2 first-round picks. And I know as long as the Nets have this front office available, they're gonna screw up all them picks anyway. So I just want to see it happen, so I could come back to pages like this and tell people that, yeah, I told you so. That's all I wanted to do. So I kind of wanted it to happen.
You're fine with moving on from Michael Porter Jr.?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. So I can finally tell people about these picks that they want so badly. Yep.
I don't know what to make of this comment. You want to.
This is a typical New York fan. That's the problem. The expectation of a rookie in the city of New York is pathetic, and this is the exact reason as to why certain organizations feel that they can't rebuild properly because they have to deal with the stupid shit being said on the internet about how, oh, this is a slow rebuild. It's been 4 fucking months. Shut up and wait 3 years. It's not difficult. It's not like we have a championship in the hardware case to where you can say, oh, I'm so used to winning. We need to win now. It's been too long. I'm a Steelers and a Yankees fan. I can complain about them because it's been since 08 and 09 since we've won a championship. The Nets haven't done shit in my fucking lifetime. We can wait another 2-3
So
years.
what that
It'll
mean?
be
I
all right.
gotta wait because they're
Yes,
the Nets?
Yes, you do. Yes, rebuild
No,
properly. We haven't done a real rebuild in the last 20 years. You'll be all right. I promise.
The Nets
2-3
have
years
never
down the
really
line.
done it. I mean, outside of like Kenny Anderson
when that
and
rebuild
Derek
finished
Coleman,
and fall on
they've
his
never
face, and
really
then we
done a
still got
rebuild.
nothing, bro. Can I come back here and say, can I say
Feel
I was
free.
right?
Feel free.
Great, cool.
Because I'll be saying the same exact thing. When they potentially land a top 4 pick this year, when they have the most cap space in basketball in 2027 as a viable destination with a bunch of young talent and a great coach,
And do what with it?
we'll have a different debate. When they're in the
And do
playoffs
what
in
with
2
it?
years, we'll have a different debate.
And they in the playoffs in 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. So 2
years.
years from today.
Not next season. The following season.
To the following season. You are certain. You are certain.
28, they'll be in the playoffs.
2028.
Playoffs?
You are certain.
28, they will
If
be in the
they're not
playoffs.
in the
You
playoffs,
putting something on it? Or you just talking out your ass?
We can put something on them.
What you got?
Name a premise.
guys, timestamp this. You gotta save this for 2 years. 2028. We gotta.
2028. They are
The
above
2027-28
500 team.
season, they will be a top 8 seed in
I'm
the
not.
playoffs.
I'm a top 8. No. That
Top
ain't
8
good
seed
enough.
and in the
That ain't
playoffs.
good
Yep.
enough. That ain't
Yep.
good enough. Nope.
Top 6.
Nope.
Are they playoffs?
I need top 6 or
What's
better, bro.
Top 8 is a normal playoff team. Where I'm going.
Bro,
I'm
no,
not
stop
sure
it.
that's how I'm
Stop it.
basing
Stop
on.
it.
So,
Stop
yes,
it.
they will be
Stop
there.
it. That playing shit, bro. I'm done with that, bro. Like, stop that.
They
I need
better
top
be.
6.
They better be in the top 6. I'm being dead ass. They better be in the top 6, guys. There are 15 teams in the East. 15. Being 6th out of 15th is not that big of an ask, especially when you got all of this capital for Kevin Durant and like top 6. That's an unreasonable ask. They better be top 6.
I'm just ready.
Cleveland won't be a top 4 seed in the East in 2 years. New York's probably not going to be a top 4 seed in the East in 2 years. Philly's not going to be a top 4 seed in the next 2 years. Orlando, depending on what's going on
with that
Paolo
backcourt
Banchero.
shit.
The 6'2" and the 6'4" guard, they're gonna bring them to the promised land. I doubt that.
I mean, shit, we only talk about the playoffs here. God damn.
They better be a top 10 team next year. You don't have your picks anymore. You better be.
Exactly.
You better be a playing team.
Yeah,
You
that's
better
the point. That's as to why you trade Nick Claxton for another good pick this year. That's why you spend a little bit of money in the offseason. That's how these things work. You're basing it on the team that they currently have constructed now. You're not talking about the fact that they have over $30 million in cap space this year that potentially, if they were to move on from Michael Porter Jr. and Nick Claxton, that they could have upward to $70 million in the 2027 offseason, which is headlined by over 10 star caliber players and about 30 other top 5 option players on a team. So, I mean, the fact that we don't think that they can be in the playoffs by 27, 28 is pathetic. If they do this
This all
properly,
sound
which is
cute,
how it
bro.
works,
Like, I ain't gonna lie to
then
you,
it'll
bro.
work.
This all sound nice and cute, bro, because I
It
know
sounds like
that.
you got to pick a new team.
No, it don't.
It sounds like this team has defeated you.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't
It
defeated me,
seems
bro.
like
Like, no, it hasn't defeated me. What's defeated me is the front office, bro. Like, that's what needs to change. What's defeated me
We
is the
all agree
coaching
on
staff.
that.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
coaching
yeah.
staff
Okay,
has nothing to
okay.
do
Then,
with
all
that right
right. See, I'm glad we on the same page, Dylan, bro. Like, I'm so happy that we can agree with that, and that you could read.
But that has nothing to do with the
That you
coaching
can hold
staff.
on to the sound of my voice when I say this. As long as that front office is in place, I don't give a damn if we got 50 first round picks for the next couple for the multiple years, bro. We are going to fall flat on our face. It's
feel like
that
they can't,
simple.
like they're the Jets. Like they can't even make the playoffs. They can't be 500.
No, this is gonna be worse than the Jets.
Wow,
It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse.
This is called delusion. That's
It's
how,
not
that's
delusion,
how
bro.
that works.
Because if you strongly believe that Sean Marks is gonna just work magic, bro, like all this time, and then leave it in the hands of Jordy Fernandez to just build all of this shit with everybody being in the background, bro, I promise you, this shit is going to fail, and everybody that wanted this is gonna look stupid.
Work magic. They said be a top 6 team in 2 years. That's not working. That's not magic.
That's not working magic at all. I could fucking do that if they gave me the job. It's not
that
difficult.
is not working. Like
I'm hoping they do give Dylan
It's
the
not
job.
difficult. I mean, realistically, the only teams in the Eastern Conference as of right now, 2 years down the line, that look like they can even remotely be a top 6 seed.
We don't know.
Detroit, Toronto, Orlando, depending on what happens with Paulo.
Nobody knows.
Charlotte. I'm putting Charlotte up there with what they have.
Charlotte? Oh hell no.
Charlotte. Yes.
Like maybe.
No.
Yes.
Charlotte
Tom
been
Knappel
picking
is
in
a
the
true-
they've been picking in
Tom
the top
Knappel is a
5
true
for
second
forever,
option.
bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Tom Knappel's
this.
a true second option, depending on what they do with LaMelo or Brandon Miller moving forward.
you
They
got
have to
some
pick.
teams.
Oh,
They have to
man.
pick between one of the two.
You
But
got
they have to pick between
Detroit,
one of the
you
two.
got
So at some point,
Boston.
they're going to get somebody.
Con Knappel has yet to have a game plan getting drawn up against him, bro. Like, and that's one of the
What do you mean? There's been
reasons.
multiple games where he's been doubled now.
I suppose, man. But I mean, it is
Like,
what it is.
Right now, Orlando is the 6th seed. Are they working magic in Orlando? No, they got a good pick, and they've done a pretty bad job around building around them, and they're still a 6th seed. Like they didn't really.
Their biggest problem is coaching. They have Jalen Suggs. They've got Franz Wagner. They've got Paulo. Like, there's no reason for them to not be better than what they are. They should be better than Philly. They should probably be close to Toronto.
And
They
they
should
got
be
and they
better
got
than
the and
Toronto.
they
They
got
should
the
be
little.
better than
I ain't gonna lie. They supposed to
Anthony
realistically be top 4, bro. They got they got the Ninja Turtle that they wanted, bro. Like, and then now I could agree with them. The problem is his coaching, bro. At times, bro. Like, listen, it's a lot of bad decision making on the sideline going
The
on.
same
It
thing
is
with
what it.
Cleveland right now. They should be a top 4 team, but they have a coaching issue right now. They also have just a overall foundation issue. Why they think Jared Allen is a viable starting center is pathetic. Why
I would go with a
6'1"
foundation
Garland
issue.
and Mitchell together is horrible.
I would go with a foundation issue, bro. You don't turn a team. You don't grab the team from JB Bickerstaff and turn them into a 60-win team, and then you got a coach.
Cleveland right now is what the KD Kyrie era was in Brooklyn. They're done this year. They're going to blow shit up.
Probably.
Garland's going to be gone. Jared Allen's going to be gone. DeAndre Hunter's going to be gone.
Probably.
Their time's over.
I'm willing to put money up, bro, that Washington is going to be ahead of us, bro, before 2028.
Based on the current core that they have, maybe, depending on the pick that they get this year.
And
maybe.
I don't think it's a maybe.
But, I mean, we really can't say if it's going to be a maybe or not. We're better than them right now.
I don't get why
that's crazy.
Leave. Let me just like kind of pepper you with a bunch of questions here. Like I'm not trying to like interrogate you, but do you think Yegor is a solid player?
He is. I mean, I think he's coming along okay as a shooter, bro. But I think it's parts of his game. I don't know parts of his game that can improve that typically that are very, very bad right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Just in terms of, I'll be the first to admit, bro. The way Jordy is running these young players, bro, is not the best right now, bro. Like I'm sick and tired of seeing Danny Wolf at the three. He doesn't belong there anymore, bro. Like
Understood. But is Danny Wolf? Is he a backup big in the NBA? Is he a guy that can play a backup 4 and 5?
he should be more than that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But is he at least that?
Yeah, yeah, of course he is. I think
so. That's a quality role player, right?
I should be more than that.
Is Drake Powell a good player?
Drake Powell, I think Drake Powell has he has all the physical attributes to be that. Yeah.
Okay, so you got a good player in Yegor, and you got another starter in Drake Powell and a depth piece in Danny Wolf. That's pretty good draft class right there, right? Is Michael Porter Jr. a borderline all-star player?
This year, absolutely.
Okay, so now you've got a second option. So you got a second option. You got Yegor, who's a really good
now
player,
all you got to do is get your first option,
you got
bro.
Drake Powell, who's an excellent role player, right? So all you're missing.
Now all you missing is bro. You, yo, my God.
We have all the cap space in the world in 2020.
Yo, bro, we only missing the first option, bro. We could go out and buy one if we don't get one in the draft, man.
Yeah,
come on.
Lots of teams do it.
Oh my God.
The Knicks did it. The Knicks did it twice. If the Cleveland Cavaliers can do it, why can't the Brooklyn Nets? Like I don't like the Houston Rockets just did. They got Kevin Durant. Like if those teams can do it, Dallas got Kyrie Irving. Like if those teams can do it, why can't we? Like why is that?
I think here's the thing about like why it can't be done, bro. Because
I mean, remember we have all the cap space in the world. We'll have all the cap space in the world.
I think it goes beyond cap space and goes beyond buying purchases in the off season. I think it goes beyond development. I personally think, bro, like the higher we get up, bro, like these little leaps that we have, even in the Barclays Center, bro, like with Yegor, give you the game the other couple of weeks ago where Yegor was playing Orlando, which they cheated by the way because Paulo Foot was on the line and they ain't call it, but whatever, go figure.
It's not
but
cheating, it's a bad call, but proceed.
They cheated, but they definitely cheated. But like I look at this like this is what's gonna be of the Nets basically for years to come. Even when they start taking steps in the right direction, it's gonna always look like they taking 5 steps back. The reason being is because you're leaning on young players to come to a city that's as broad and that's as lit up as Brooklyn is and as lit up as New York is. And you're telling them to do what's never been done before, bro, with young pieces and young players. I can understand if it's OKC. I can understand if it's Indiana. I can understand if it's some middle of the country team, bro. Like where, all right, man, like our fans are gonna get behind us, man, because if they like basketball.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna make you 25 years old again. I'm gonna give you all the money in the world. Where do you want to go? Indianapolis or New York City? Where do you want to go?
Make me 25 years old, bro. Of course I want to go to New York, but
okay, well that's what we're doing.
But you have to understand everything that comes with that. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like now, don't get me wrong, bro. Like it's not about sounding like a typical New York fan, as a Dylan like to call it. It's all about understanding, bro. Like you play in a large market, and as a rookie, at any given time, and we seen this with the KD and Kyrie era, you could be replaced by that star brand. That legitimate star brand if you're not producing a good enough results. It is what it is. KD and Kyrie came calling, bro. Like we had cap space. They moved a lot of the young dudes over that only Nets fans really knew, and nobody in the city really cared about. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like nobody batted an eye when James Harden got traded for Jared Allen and all them other pieces and everything. We was right there. They just got hurt, and everybody holds K.
All right, I got.
But it doesn't mean that you don't go for it all the time. Anytime that happens, I guarantee you the Nets go for that. To go for that home run swing all the time. That's what every organization would do.
I gotta wrap this up. I gotta go. Dylan, you gotta wrap this up too, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We got to come back with that live with the mock draft. When do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's shoot for potentially next Friday. If not next Tuesday or next Friday. I should be free one of those days.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Uh, no, I'm good. I'm good. I just that's just my resting face. I'm good. All right.
Leaf is
totally
getting
forgot what I was gonna
hammered
say.
in the comments. I just started looking at them now.
Leaf
That's
usually
great.
comes on and spits some good stuff. Today was rough. I'll be honest. Today was not Leaf's best performance. He does seem defeated by this team. I'm a Jets fan. Like this is nothing. this is
No,
this
this is
child's play.
absolutely nothing.
This is a
I haven't seen
banner
a
season.
championship game in over 15 years. I'll live an extra year or two with a team that's never made one in my lifetime. Well, I was one or two, but point being.
All right. We'll see you guys soon. We'll be in contact, Dylan. All right. It's January 20th, 2026 from Texas to the world. Thank y'all. God bless. I like this idea, Bo. That's a good idea. I actually like Jordy. I'd rather replace Marks, but shout out.